Alright, once we have prepared 3D environment for our cube, now it's time to start building up it. We have to place parts of cube on their positions in 3D space. First of all, I'm going to get rid of background color from viewport. So let's remove this line. Let's start from front side. Select this element using class name front. We need to move this face from center to front, and in order to do that, we need to translate this element along z-axis. So let's write transform, then translate z. Actually, if we insert here positive value, then it will move element close to user, and the opposite will happen in case of negative value. So as a value, we need to insert here 21 viewport width. So let me explain why do we use here this value. By default, face is placed in the center of 3D environment. We defined width of cube as 42 viewport width, and actually length of cube should be 42 viewport width as well, in order to give it shape of real cube. In fact, this is going to be cuboid, not cube, but for simplicity I call it cube. So in order to make length 42 viewport width, we need to move front face and also back face by 21 viewport width, because again they are placed in the center of viewport. Actually, it may sound a little bit complicated, so let's look at the project in browser. As you see, front face is moved from center to front. At a glance it seems that its size is increased, but it's not correct. It's just an effect of 3D space. For now it's placed closer to the user. In order to see it better, let's decrease slightly opacity for each face. Let's set it as 0.7. Also increase size of font. Make it 50 pixels. And change color. Use here white color. Now you can see how far is front face from other faces. Alright, as we said, we need to move back face in the same way but with opposite direction. So let's duplicate this code, change front into back, and instead of 21 viewport width, we need minus 21. Alright, so back face is placed in the right way. For now, it's not quite visible, and in order to see better how those faces are placed, for testing purposes, let's assign to cube transform, rotate along y-axis, and insert here value 0 degrees. Then go back to browser, inspect the page, and select cube from elements. In order to rotate elements dynamically, we can place here cursor, and then using up and down arrows, we can change value of rotate. So you see value is increasing and elements are moving accordingly in 3D space. Now you're able to see where front and back faces are placed. As you see, back face is placed in the right way, but element itself needs to be rotated in order to make content readable. We need to rotate it along y-axis by 180 degrees. So let's write it. Then rotate cube again, insert here 180 degrees. So you see that now content is readable and back face is positioned perfectly. Alright, so with front and back faces we're done. Let's move on to left and right sides. In this case, we need to move those faces again by 21 viewport width, but now along x-axis, and besides that we need to rotate them vertically along y-axis. So select left side, then use transform, translate x, and insert here minus 21 viewport width. Then we need to rotate y with minus 90 degrees. Let's rotate cube again. So you see that left face is positioned perfectly. Let's do the same for right side. I'm going to duplicate this code, then change values. We need here positive values, right, 21 viewport width and 90 degrees. Let's rotate once again. So all 4 sides are placed in the right way. Alright, besides those faces, there are left top and bottom sides, but in case of them we need to do kind of different things. Let's select top. So top side's length should be equal to length of cube itself, because it should cover top of cube. So in this case we need to define height as 42 viewport width, and also change background color, make it darker using color 111. Alright, so that's the way how top face is looking. Now we need to move it up and then rotate along x-axis to be cube covered at the top. So we need transform, then translate y with the value minus 21 viewport width, and also rotate x with the value 90 degrees. Alright, so top face is placed in the right way. In order to see it, let's rotate again cube, but in this case we need to rotate it along x-axis. So you see that cube is covered at the top side nicely. Now we need to take care of bottom side. Let's duplicate this code, change top into bottom. We need the same size here, so let's leave height property as it is. Also we need same background color. We just need to change values of transform property. In case of translate y, we need to insert here minus 14 viewport width. We use here this value because, as you know, for now we're building 1/3 of cube. Height of each part is 33% of entire cube height, which equals to 7 viewport width. And we need to move bottom side to up by value, which will be less than value of top side by 7 viewport width. Make sense? I know that it sounds confusing, so try to think about it on your own, and I hope that you will get it. Alright, besides that we need to insert here minus sign. Let's rotate cube. So you see all the parts are placed perfectly, and actually first cube is built up. Alright, let's stop here and continue working on cube in the next video.